Paris, the city of love, elegance, and beauty. Millions of people dream of visiting it. But for some visitors, especially from Japan, the dream turns into a psychological shock. This rare condition is known as Paris syndrome. Paris syndrome is a severe form of culture shock. It creates feelings of anxiety, confusion, hallucinations, and emotional breakdowns. The syndrome appears when the idealized image of Paris clashes with the reality of a crowded, noisy, imperfect modern city. Symptoms include acute delusional states, hallucinations, feelings of persecution, derealization, depersonalization, anxiety, dizziness, rapid heartbeat, sweating, and sometimes vomiting. A small number of tourists require medical treatment or early flights home. The syndrome is most often reported among Japanese tourists. In Japanese media, Paris is portrayed as dreamy, elegant, romantic, and luxurious. This creates unrealistically high expectations. When visitors encounter the real Paris, the difference can be shocking. One major cause is the language barrier. Japanese travelers may struggle to communicate in French. Misunderstandings create confusion, stress, and isolation. The lack of shared language intensifies the emotional impact. In Japanese culture, social life often revolves around group belonging. Traveling alone removes that support system. A visitor may feel disconnected, exposed, and emotionally vulnerable. The cultural contrast is also strong. Parisians tend to speak directly and express emotions openly. Japanese communication is more reserved and polite. The difference can feel like tension, rudeness, or hostility. Movies, magazines, and travel advertising show Paris as a perfect fantasy. Beautiful streets, elegant fashion, romantic cafes. Many visitors expect a dream, but the reality includes crowds, noise, busy workers, and everyday city life. The gap between dream and reality can be emotionally destabilizing. Long flights from Asia to Europe, combined with jet lag and work pressure, add to the stress. Fatigue makes culture shock stronger and more difficult to handle. The idea of emotional reactions to travel is not new. In 1656, the English philosopher Sir Thomas Browne wrote that sensitive people might struggle in busy cultural cities like Rome, Venice, and Paris. The modern concept of Paris syndrome was defined in the 1980s. Japanese psychiatrist Hiroaki Oda, working at Saint Anne Hospital in Paris, studied the condition. He published research and a book on it in 1991. Psychiatrist Youssef Mahmoudia later suggested that Paris syndrome is not a disorder of travelers themselves, but a reaction to intense excitement and emotional pressure. He compared it to Stendhal syndrome, where tourists faint from overwhelming beauty, but here, the reaction comes from overwhelming disappointment. Some news outlets once claimed that the Japanese embassy operated a 24-hour hotline for tourists suffering from Paris syndrome. However, the embassy has clarified that no such hotline exists. Only a very small number of cases occur each year. Around 1.1 million Japanese tourists visit Paris each year, but only a handful report severe symptoms. In most years, only 3 to 5 tourists require medical attention. Experts say that unrealistic advertising may contribute to the syndrome. People imagine a city filled with models, fashion, and romance. Then they encounter crowded streets, occasional dirtiness, and the typical stress of a large capital city. The contrast creates emotional overload. Some Chinese tourists have reported similar feelings of disappointment. In recent years, Paris has received lower ratings for safety and cleanliness. The gap between fantasy and reality affects more than one culture. Paris syndrome is rare, but it reveals something important. Our expectations can shape our emotions just as powerfully as reality. Paris is a beautiful city, but it is also a real city with real challenges. And sometimes, the shock of discovering that difference is enough to overwhelm even the most excited traveler.